vest, and then I saw this used flag that I found in a thrift shop, and I actually did the same thing to the flag. That took 100 hours and a lot of patience, and then I had this great idea to make it into a cape. So that's what Ricardo was wearing. Okay, the shell vest is probably interesting too. It's kind of what I would call a freebie. I went to the beach and I got some sand and some glue and some shells and driftwood and beach glass, and kind of did a collage, something that I know when I was little I used to do on driftwood, and I had this idea to do it on a jacket, and I've had a really good response to it. It's very natural. The sunflower bustier that I designed actually came from sunflowers that were in my vase, and these are very special sunflowers because I had to go through a lot to have them, a couple of bad checks. I really had to have these flowers, and they were so nice that I thought to put them on a bustier would just make them even nicer. My style is, like I said before, extra cool, furious funk, which is just, it's about how you feel. And it's about, I think it's more of a movement. It's the MTV generation, it's Generation X. It's about feeling, it's about freedom. It's about that freedom train that people want to ride, and, you know, they're out looking for it. It's kind of rebellious, too. I think that the 90s are going to be a real positive way. I think it's going to be a positive flow of energy. We're going to have the 25th reunion of Woodstock, and Clinton is president. That should say it all.
The fashion world is headed back to the 1960s thanks to the free-to-be-me philosophy of our next guest. She's Ivy Supersonic Silverstein, and just so you get the idea that she wants to be herself, Ivy's line of clothing is known as I.B.I.V. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Very nice to have you here. You brought a chapeau for me, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Let's put it on.
Very nice. We have to make sure we have our plumage in the proper place.
Oh,
there you go.
Great.
I'm styling now.
You are the groovy gal.
Do not adjust your set. I am a groovy gal. Let's talk briefly about how you got your start. You're at the University of Maryland?
Yes, I was at the University of Maryland.
And?
Well, I had the chicken pox, one of those stories, and I started making these jeans. I took some vintage jeans and redesigned them, you know, put like my flair to it. I was just making them for myself, and we walked around school, and everybody was like, those are so cool, you know? So I said, well, you know, I'll make you a pair. And then I realized there was like a big market out there, so I figured I'd pack it up, go back to New York, which is what I did. And I had an idea, like, just to go into Vogue magazine and call these jeans the Vogue jean. I was like, I walked in, I showed them to Vogue, and they were like, why don't you go over to women's wear with them? You know, these are great. So I brought them to women's wear, and like, boom, it was like on the cover of women's wear. I was only in business 3 months. I mean, I wasn't even in business. I just made some jeans.
Like a rocket, yeah.
Yeah, so like, it was kind of like I had this talent that I discovered myself, or maybe women's wear discovered it for me.
Well, let's showcase some of this talent. We've got a number of models here today. If you'll take, by the way, I'm loving my hat. Check out, and the plumage that comes around, it's like having a pet. There you go. Talk us through some of the items that we've got here.
Oh, we got Matthew, the Buzzman. We got he's in the hat, he's got the pocketbook, and he's got the buzz. You see that Buzzman?
I see the Buzzman.
He's going to be a comic strip. So get ready.
Keep your eyes peeled for Buzzman comics near you. Check out your borough or community in the tri-state area. Our next model coming on in.
Okay.
Who do we have coming
Apollo.
up next?
We have Apollo, and Shake It Up Apollo. She's wearing the Disco Ducky. Judy Patootie says shaky groove thing. Shake It Apollo.
How much is the Judy Patootie outfit?
The Judy Patootie t-shirt retails for $50. $50.
There you go. All
and
right.
I'll show you, I have a collection of Judy Patooties. We're going to show you that in a minute. Right after we show Johnny.